Hey guys, good morning everyone. Let me go and set up this room real quick and then we can get started. It's 6:22 right now, so we got about 8 minutes till market open. Get everything all set up and then we can get started with the session for today. Good. Today is Tuesday, January 18th. We didn't have a session yesterday due to the US holiday. The New York Stock Exchange was closed. So yeah, today's going to be the first official trading day of the week so far. So let me get this all set up right here. Scan. And let me get these links sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right, link sent out there. There we look. Everything looks good. All right, cool. All right, guys, morning, everybody. People are slowly making their way in, so I'll give it some time. 6:27 right now, so the market is going to open in about 6 minutes now, 6:24. So let's get started with our analysis of US 30 this morning. All right, so let's start off with the retail sentiment. Currently right now, retail sentiment is 53% short. It's not very strong, so it's not going to be too useful today. Looks like price is starting to shift to the upside. So we'll see how that works as we continue on with the trading day. Looking over at the futures data, it's currently bearish right now. It's down like 300 points. But we'll see what happens when the market actually does open. When the market opens, we'll see if it swings back up or continues down. There's some news that came out this morning that was negative, but also some specific stock news that came out as well with regard to Microsoft. So that kind of pushed it up. Today we had Empire State Manufacturing Index, which was negative at 5:30. Other than that, we have NAHB Housing Market Index at 7 o'clock. So, I mean, we'll see what happens here. Market is going to open shortly, so we'll see what happens. But for the most part, we're not going to really look at fundamentals yet. We're going to see what happens when the market actually opens, and then we're also going to see what happens with the retail sentiment as well, due to the fact that there really isn't much for us to decipher here, because it's just pretty much neutral for the most part. Anyways, looking over at the technicals over here, the technicals on the 1 minute are currently indecisive. Reason for that is because price is basically in between the pivots, not really doing much. Looking over here at the 3 minute, it's currently bearish right now because price is below the pivots and the trend meter is red. Lastly, here on the 10 minute, it's also bearish because price is below the pivots and the trend meter is red. So not really much to look at over here with regard to the technicals, aside from it being bearish overall. With regard to the 10 minute and 3 minute, but we're not going to use that for our bias for today. We're going to see what happens when the market actually opens, because price looks like it's trying to shift back up, but there's no guarantee it's going to happen just yet. So we'll see what happens with that here. I think it might be bullish on open. If you guys saw the news on CNBC earlier, Microsoft plans to buy Activision, which is the creator of the Call of Duty games. So I believe Microsoft is in the US 30 index, which is right here. So I'm expecting this to be pretty bullish on open, which will probably push price up. I know it's just one stock, but this is a pretty big deal if they do buy Activision. So we'll see what happens. Other than that, let's see if I got anything else here to look at. That's it for now. Let's see, morning Kenny, morning Peter, morning Miles, morning Patricia. Yeah, Patricia also mentioned that it's earnings week, so it's going to be a bit risky this week with a lot of earnings coming out. I don't know if it'll be positive, negative. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Morning, Barack. Morning, Maria. Morning, Matt. Morning, Lorraine. Morning, Fahad, Maddie, Damas, everyone. So yeah, guys, we'll see what happens shortly. Damn, looks like price just spiked down super heavy right now. So we'll see what goes on here. Other than that, I mean, we'll see what happens here. Nick said fake out. I don't know if it's necessary to fake out, Nick. It's probably just, this is just pre-market. So I don't know if it's necessary to fake out to the bottom. It could probably just keep dropping. Because the thing is, the fundamentals are currently bearish right now. So it's already bearish as is. The retail sentiment doesn't really have a direction. So we don't really have a direction here. But that's probably just pre-market moves. I'm not sure if there's anything else going on in the news aside from this. I don't know if there was COVID news. I mean, we've been closed for the entire, it was a long weekend. So the thing is, a lot of these pre-market orders are coming in from the weekend. And there's just no saying, where price is necessarily going to go as we open here. But we'll see. Market is going to open shortly in about 2 minutes. And then we'll go from there. There's really no, I mean, well, the futures data is super negative. So I think it went in the direction that it was supposed to go. But we'll see what happens. Oh, what's that? Accidentally clicking on something. We'll see what happens when the market actually does open. We see the futures data right here. Hey, Ricky, morning. Paul said variation of falling candle, not taking it. Yeah, I don't recommend anyone take any trades right now, guys. Just FYI, there's just nothing for you to really take at the moment. Market is going to open in about a minute, so don't chase these moves here. All right. See what I got over here. All right, so price is market's gonna open in about 15 seconds, guys. Morning, Jay. Looks like it's still starting to drop here. So, I mean, it might be bearish, we don't have really a bias today until the market actually opens. We don't have retail bias. We're mostly gonna go off fundamentals today, unless there is some sort of confirmation here. All right, so market is continuing to drop slightly. If this closes as a strong red candle, this might be an entry for a breakout. Already, it's going to be a bit risky if it is. Where's the sessions at? There are no sessions down here. This thing is dropping pretty heavy right now. I wouldn't chase the sell though, guys, so don't chase it, because this thing could swing right back up. Open the fundamentals for right now. Refresh this. It's currently down 419 points. So our bias today is going to be bearish. Looks like that Microsoft news didn't really help it too much. Majority of the stocks here are very red. Goldman Sachs is down 24 points. That's pretty crazy right now. Yeah, I don't recommend chasing this, guys, but we're going to be looking for some sells today. So there were some variations here for some sells. This is technically the breakout, but I'm not looking to take it. Obviously, it's too big of a drop. It's gonna have to pull back a bit before it swings back down. So I don't recommend anyone chase it. It's probably gonna pull back halfway, if not the full candle. And then it'll probably come right back down. But when it comes back down, we'll be looking for any variations or any entries to follow with. So I'll just put the requirements here for the variation and for the triple confluence. Those are basically the main ones that we're looking for. All right, so there we go with those right there. But yeah, you guys just got to be patient and wait for these entries here. Yeah, technically this would have been the breakout right there. I'll catch like the last move of it. Just the very bottom of it if it does come down this far. But it is risky, so you guys got to be careful with this. Nice one, kind of the scalps off that. So it looks like you guys are doing pretty solid so far. I did take a couple trades last night, just a couple. Here we go as it drops lower. Why did I do that shit? My bad, guys. I was trying to catch the last drop of it. I accidentally clicked into it. Hopefully it drops down. I probably close out of this. There it goes. It drops lower. The spread is pretty crazy right now, it looks like. Oh, let's see how far it drops. Okay, well, that's cool. It pulled me out, hit my TP. I was trying to wait for it to come down here and I totally missed it. It dropped down here and then I entered, but then thank God it pushed even lower. So even if I got in late, it still hit me right there. So I hit the TP off of that. Obviously that's not going to count as a trade, but it's pretty much what I was looking for, because I was just looking for it to catch the last 100 pips down here as it completes the move. Obviously the breakout's not going to count. That last move that I took right there is not going to count either. But yeah, don't do that, guys. I was too busy looking at the messages here, so I totally missed when it dropped below here, but I was pretty much just trying to catch the last move of it, and I did. But yeah, other than that, let me move along with the market today. So yeah, our bias today is going to be a sell. I'm looking for some variations or triple confluence for a sell here. Got the low right there. And we got the high right there for the session so far. All right, so let me go over here to the clean chart real quick. Look at the clean chart over here. This thing just tanked like all the way to the floor. Anyways, let me mark this up right here. This is the open candle, 630. This is the current high right now. And then here's the current low right now. Here's opening price, 630. Right there. And that's pretty much it for now, guys. So we'll see what happens here. I'll mark up the times, obviously. 8 o'clock. 9 o'clock. Price is still dropping. 10 to 12 over here. So yeah, price is still dropping pretty heavy right here. I'm gonna move this down lower. All right, let me drop this a little lower. So basically what we're looking for, guys, is we're looking for a high for a variation, or we're looking for low for a triple confluence to be broken. No variation there, but even if we got a variation, I wouldn't be taking it. Not looking to take any sells right now. Going back to the 3-minute, there's nothing here. 10-minute, nothing here. I'm not expecting any snipes to be around this area. Price is too low. Yeah, so no snipes around this area right now at all. The daily over here would technically be a buy. So we'll see if market starts to shift mid-market reversal, but I mean, technically I wouldn't really look to take any buys right now. So even if we got a buy here for the daily, I wouldn't be taking it. Strong one. Nice. Swan's been sniping me. He's been. Could you guys hear me? Just want to make sure. Looks like I got disconnected for a few seconds. Okay, cool. I'm back. Yeah, it's weird. I haven't gotten disconnected from Zoom in years. Anyways, back to the charts, guys, over here. Nothing here off the 1 minute. All right, so we're still looking for entries here, guys. We're mostly looking for sells for the most part because the fundamentals are so strong. The retail sentiment isn't strong at all, so we're not really using that today. Retail sentiment is currently at 51% short, so we're not really going to be using this. We'll mostly be using the fundamentals because fundamentals are currently down 535 points. So that is, I mean, for the most part, what we'll be using here. Let's see what else I'm missing over here real quick. Check out things here. All right. All right, guys, going back to the charts over here, not really much going on. We might have a possible variation coming up soon. It's probably going to be what we're looking for here. No, unfortunately not. Not off this one. There's a wick on top, so there wouldn't be a variation version 2. Also, this candle here isn't green, so this wouldn't fit as a variation. However, price is currently pending right now, so we'll see what happens. Right here. All right, so price is currently going sideways right now within this area. It's, you know, area of consolidation. I'm going to mark up the opening price right here too, so we can remember that. There he goes, price breaks below. But still consolidating within this area. All right, so obviously price is consolidating within this area. We'll keep following it, see if there's another entry that comes up, but no variation there. And no triple confluence either. All right, prices just bouncing around this area right here. Damn, it's still down. It's down a lot right now. It's down 500 points. This thing dropped like crazy. I wonder what happened with Goldman Sachs. Let's see. Okay, so Goldman Sachs, it dropped like 7% on Tuesday after bank missed analyst expectations for fourth quarter earnings. I guess the earnings came out, they weren't that good. I mean, look, this is what Patricia was referring to earlier, guys. So remember earlier she mentioned that earnings were coming out. Looks like a lot of earnings were not good at all. So wow, Goldman Sachs is down like 31, 32 points. So a lot of these here are dropping pretty heavily. There's only 3 stocks here that are green and they're not even that strong, but everything else is red. So it looks like earnings across the board is pretty bad. We'll see what happens along the week. It's earnings week, so they're going to be releasing data all week long. Anyways, price here is currently breaking above here. This is not going to be a triple confluence because there's 1, 2, 3. There's only 3 candles here. This high here has not been established. So we got that right there. All right, so let's see what we got over here. Possible variation. We'll see. In order to get a variation off this, it would need to be a variation version 1. So we need a double wick rejection. This would not be a variation version 2 if it's a red candle, because this would need to be a green candle in order for it to be considered the high. See what happens in the market when this candle here closes in the next 20 seconds or so. If it closes green, then fine. This can possibly be a variation version 2. But if not, we're going to need a double wick rejection. But I think this would be kind of a risky area to be trading, because the thing is, it's dropped so heavily. The market is trying really hard to recover. So with that said, a lot of people are going to look to buy the dip and push it right back. That's basically what happened right here. People are buying the dip to push it back up, but it looks like price is just going to keep dropping. Unfortunately, this is not going to be a variation 2 because this was not a green candle and there's a wick on top of this candle. This would also not be a variation 1 because there's no 2 double wick rejection right here. Question from Toby. Toby said, good morning, Sean. I had a question that I forgot to ask you during the mentoring session. My question is, how do you identify and determine mid-market reversal, and how do you detect it? You detect it the same way that it's identified. So the thing is, if market is going up, if it's a mid-market reversal, then price is going to go down during the mid-market reversal. Vice versa, if price is going down, then the mid-market reversal will be going up. So it's kind of self-explanatory within its name. Mid-market reversal meaning mid-market reversal. So if price is going down throughout the morning session, it's going to consolidate between 8 and 9, 9 and 10. It's going to reverse in the opposite direction, right? So that's what you'd look for. You look for prices going down in between this area. Mid-market reversal is going to go up. If price is going up, then mid-market reversal will be going down. So I could show you an example later, but this is not the time for me to show examples because we're trading live. So Toby, you might want to save that question for the next mentoring session. If I have time after this live session or towards the end, then I'll show you. But yeah, for the most part, these mentoring sessions aren't really places to ask those type of questions, because those questions are going to require some detail, and it's going to take focus away from the live trading. So ask me again later, Toby, or if not, just ask me in the next mentoring session, because we just want to focus on what we're doing now, not necessarily any specific questions regarding any of the strategies. All right, Maddie said retail sentiment is currently 51% long. So yeah, it looks like the bias is now changing, guys. The bias here was short for the good, past 3 months now. It's now shifting to the long side, so we're going to be looking for some sells. So no entry off here. If there's a buy that comes up here, I'm not going to take it. There's possibly, maybe a buy that might be coming up here for a variation if you get a double wick, but I will not be taking it. Let me see this over here. There goes the high. There goes the low. So here's a clean chart. As you guys can see from the clean chart, price is pretty much consolidating within this area. Price dropped right here, consolidated slightly, pushed up here. Now it's consolidating within this area right here. And it's still dropping. So this is probably going to get pushed down a little lower, which is completely fine. It's normal. There goes the low, got lower right there, but it's still going sideways at this moment. Yeah, this right here as well. So I'm just going to take this off for now until this is done dropping. Obviously, you can see this is the range right now. Currently, this was the entire range. This is the high from the day, and this is the low from the day. This right here is currently the high within the range, and now price is going sideways within this area here. As it establishes another low, I'll create another low right there, but currently right now, there's no low that's available at the moment. Going to the 3-minute, nothing here. 10-minute snipes, nothing here. I'll put the requirements here just, if you guys want to see them, but there's no snipes available at the moment. No 3-minute entries either, nothing for the daily, and nothing for the pivot scalp. However, there was a pivot scalp that was right here prior to market open. Oh yeah, nice. So Charlie said there was a 1-minute pivot right here. So yeah, there was a pivot entry right here. It's part of the triple confluence. It's one of the standalone strategies. There was a pivot scalp entry that happened right here that hit full TP. So I mean, whoever caught it, looks like Charlie might have caught it. That already hit full TP right over there. So nice work, Charlie. Nice, nice. Yeah, Charlie actually caught it, so that's good. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. The low just got pushed a little lower right there. Gonna fix that with this one right here as well. But not much of a change. Price is still going sideways within this area. So nothing for us to take at the, at the moment. All right, sideways movement here. Price established another low right here, which is okay. But obviously, as you guys can see, with the markup here, price is literally just going sideways at the moment. We're looking for push to the upside and bounce back down for an entry, possibly. If we can get a variation. If not, then we'll probably be looking for a triple confluence. In order for there to be a triple confluence, we need a buy signal here. And we also need 5 candles to pass after this low to establish a low off this candle right here. So nothing right now, nothing off the 3-minute, nothing off the 10-minute, nothing off the daily over here. Main chart that we'll be looking at the moment is going to be this 1-minute because there's not really much to look at on the other time frames. Price is kind of just going sideways. So right here on the 3-minute, there's no movement. Same here on the 10-minute, no movement at all. So pretty much what we're looking for. Thanks, Nick. Nick just said that the market is 52% long for retail sentiment, 53 actually. So yeah, it's starting to stack up these buyers, guys. People are trying to buy the dip. So that's perfect for us because as people try to buy the dip, we're going to keep selling. We're not looking to take any buys right now. We're not going to be suckers trying to catch that push to the upside because, that's what everyone's trying to do. They're trying to buy the dip. Price might push up slightly, but I do think it's going to come right back down. Yeah, exactly. Maddie said, I think it'll shoot up a bit for a fake out, and then it'll just come right back down. That's exactly what I see happening. They need to lure in these buyers here. Only way to lure in buyers is to push price up. So it might push up higher. This is what might happen. Price might push up slightly, right? And then it'll just come crashing right back down. So something to keep in mind. So retail sentiment wasn't very useful on open, but as this number continues to increase, if this goes up to like 60% long, 70% long, with people anticipating price to shoot up because people are looking to buy the dip, that's going to be great for us because we're going to keep looking for sells and we're not going to fall for that trap there. So that's cool. I want this buy signal here to come up. That's completely fine. If this buy signal does close, we can possibly look for a triple confluence. This price can continue to drop lower from here. So yeah, something to to keep in mind. But as you can see, price isn't really doing much. Pretty much just going sideways at the moment. Let's see. G said hopefully we can get a sell entry off the retest of one of these zones. Yeah, no, definitely. That'd be good. So no zones here off the 10-minute. I think that's the closest one. See if there's any zones here off the sessions are kind of relevant at this moment because it's too far. The closest session here, or the closest zone here for the 3-minute would be right here. So it's got a long push to go off this 3-minute before it can reach it. It'll probably hit the pivots before it reaches the zones here off the 3-minute. Same with the 1-minute. So there's no zones that are anywhere near. I think it'll probably hit these pivots before it hits the zones, but we'll see what happens next. Rick's asking, you don't think they'll shoot price up and take out all those shorts? Yeah, that's what we we're anticipating right now, Rick. We're looking for that fake out to the upside because it's probably going to push up, stop everybody out. Because here's where everyone's stop losses are probably sitting, right around this area right here. Because this is the high. So where do people place their stop losses? They place them at the swing high. So yeah, just like Rick said, they might push price up, like it might go up slightly like this to fake people out and then spike it up to stop everybody out, and then it'll probably consolidate a bit before coming right back down. So yeah. Oh no, gotcha. Yeah, so Rick just missed our analysis earlier. Yeah, that's pretty much what I kind of see happening, Rick. Obviously, in order for it to come down, they need to stack up the buyers. There's not enough buyers in the market yet. There's only 53% retail traders on the long side. They need it to be around like 70 to 75%, even 80%. And then once they get that, they can just drop it even more. I'm assuming this week is probably going to be very bearish. It looks like the earnings aren't that great for the US 30 companies. I'm not sure which companies came out today with earnings, but it looks like majority of them did, and majority of them were not doing so well because it's pretty much all red right here. Goldman Sachs is really weighing it down completely. It's down 30 points, which is a lot. They're down almost 8% for the day, which is a huge drop in their stock value. Yeah, exactly. Rick said Goldman Sachs shit the bed. I agree. Possible variation version 2 right here. Thanks, Paul, for bringing that up. Yeah, so possible variation right here, guys. I don't know if I'll take this, guys. This candle's too big. Yeah, this candle is way too big. So I'm probably gonna let it retrace up a little bit before I enter it. But yes, you guys are 100% correct. That is a version 2 variation right there. This candle is just way too big though. It's probably gonna have to retrace up a bit before it drops. So I'm gonna probably let it push up a little bit and then I'll enter it. So I don't recommend anyone enter it right away. I mean, you guys can, if you really want to, you can, but I'm not going to myself. I do think it's gonna be a bit risky entering it right away. So there's a retracement. I can probably set a sell stop to catch as it drops down, or I'll just watch it. I'll just enter it manually as it comes back down. So I'm watching it to see. There we go. As it drops a minute, it's my TP, and there we go. I want the spread. Spread's crazy. Come on, pull me out. Pull me out. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to pull it manually. Had to pull it manually. I should just waited. It went back down. The spread is crazy, man. So I pulled out, guys. It hit TP. I just had to pull that manually. This spread was crazy. It was literally right at the bottom, and it just kept like, you know, when your MT4 starts to turn green when it hits the TP, it wouldn't close me out. So I just pulled out when it hit TP. What did I make off that? I made 855, so it's all good. I mean, I should have made 1,500 off that, but I'm not going to risk it, guys. It's too risky right now to be really praying that price is going to push in the direction. You can see price pushing up right here. It's not worth the risk. If it hits your TP, you got to pull out. The spread's crazy right now because there's such a big price differential with regard to, you know, there's so many people on the sell side right now. So the spread's going to be a bit wide. Volatility is high. So, and there you go, push down even further. So it would have hit the TP, but I'm not looking at taking a risk right now. First of all, this candle is too big. Second of all, price is way too down below. I don't want to get caught in getting too greedy and then it spikes right back up, right? So full TP off that. Hopefully you guys made some good profit off that. I will take a screenshot of my profits for the day. I'm only going to screenshot my profits from this live session, guys, because, you know, I keep telling you guys, there's people in the group who complain when I trade during Asia, and it just, I don't know, guys, it's annoying. So I'm just going to screenshot my profits from this live session because I just don't want people to be complaining that I traded during Asia again. So I will show you guys this right here. Solange said, need to bring back the TP horns. I know, right? And I'm going to take a screenshot of the profits for the live session this morning. So here's a variation. Variation version 2. And then let me take a screenshot of my profits. I'm still going to be looking for some trades here, but I'm only going to screenshot the profits that I took during this live because yesterday I did take some Asia trades. Me and Maddie took some trades, and we did get a couple complaints of people upset that I traded during Asia yesterday. So I'm going to try not to post the Asia profits, guys. I will just. Henry's asking what variation was the last trade. Is a variation version 2, Henry. All right, so let me just take a screenshot of see. So this is just going to be we have another version 2 coming up right here, guys. Possible version 2 variation again right here. So keep watching it. Man, these candles are kind of scary because they're kind of big. So let me see. I might see what happens here. Okay, no variation 2 on that. It's all good. All right, let me finish taking my screenshot of my profits real quick. All right, so we got this right here. And these candles are really big. All right, no variation off this right here. This got pushed up a little higher, so I'll just move that over there. But as you can see, price is still consolidating within this area, so it's no different. Still just going sideways for the most part. Let me see what I take over here. And then my last account. So guys, I started another MFF account. I still don't recommend MFF to people, but I already maxed out my FTMO. So I was like, I might as well just do another MFF. You know, it's like 900 bucks for an account. So if I get screwed over with MFF, so be it. But I don't mind taking that risk to just add another account to my copier and continue to lock in profits. All right, so let me post up my profits real quick for all my accounts here. So you're going to see 5 accounts with profits now, not just 4, because I have my personal, 2 FTMOs and 2 MFFs. And this is why I focus more on trading, guys. I don't really focus on mentoring as much anymore because I could make so much more money just trading. And I don't know if you guys sat in on the mentoring session yesterday. I kind of went over that in detail. Another thing that I want to warn you guys of are people who are promising to pass your FTMOs. The thing is, guys, if someone is really good at trading and good at FTMO, they wouldn't be passing accounts. That's why I don't pass accounts for people, because I see people charge like $1,000 to pass their FTMO. I wouldn't want to waste a week or 2 weeks of my time to pass FTMO for someone when I can just take one trade and make $1,000 off that, right? So it just makes no sense for me to pass FTMOs for people. So that's not a service that I ever plan on doing for people. It just doesn't make any sense for me to do it. But if you guys do, if you guys are trying to look for someone to pass your FTMO for you, odds are they're probably not that good of a trader, because if they were that good, they would have just traded their own account. So just FYI, because I've seen a lot of people get scammed, and I don't want to see anybody here to get scammed. But anyways, here's my personal account, locked in about $60, $62. My MFF here locked in about 1,000 something, 1,100, 1,200. Here's my other MFF locked in 1,000 or 2,000 right there, over 2,000. Here's my copier from FTMO. I locked in 2,500, and here's my my main account. You can see the green stripe there. I hit TP off the first trade, locked in a total of about well over 2,000 right there. So pretty good profits all around. Other than that, I think that's it for now. So see if there's anything else that I'm missing right here. And I'll show you everyone's profits too. I'm still looking for trades, but there's nothing that's available at the moment. So yeah, there's possibly a variation here for a buy, but obviously we're not looking to take any buys here. Or maybe not, because it hasn't double wicked off that. So let me scroll up real quick. Yeah, Delmas said, who cares if they complain? Learn the strategies and you can do the same. Yeah, no, 100% Delmas. The thing is, some people just like to hate, right? That's just how some people are. So for my personal well-being, I get annoyed easily when people complain about, when people hate on stuff or people complain. So for me, I just take screenshots of like, yesterday I posted my profits here from Asia session. I did pretty good Asia session. And I think that's why some people got kind of mad, because people were like, oh, if you're going to trade during Asia, why don't you go live? I'm like, bro, I don't want to be on live with you guys for 24 hours a day. I got other things to do. So right here, I just screenshotted. I didn't include these profits here. So basically, if you guys want to see my profits for the week so far, this plus all of my profits from this morning. So other than that, let's see. Delanji said, yeah, you inspired me to make some money during London. Yeah, no, definitely. Alarm said, LOL, why is it a problem for some people? It's not. It's just a few people. There's a few people that that get upset. Fahad said, how dare you make profit for yourself? Bro, push your profits. Yeah, no, it's all good, guys. Let me see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. Henry said, are you going to try E8 funding? I'm not going to be trying them for a while, Henry. So once I'm fully funded with MFF, then maybe I'll try out E8 funding. But from what I heard, their spreads are not good. So it's not really worth the risk right now. MFF's spreads suck too, but I mean, they're probably the second best out of the funding companies that I've looked at. However, I don't recommend them yet. Once I get a big payout from MFF, then I will recommend them. But the thing is, their customer service sucks, guys. I emailed them like 3 days ago, 4 days ago. They haven't even responded to my email. FTMO responds right away. So, yeah, I still don't recommend MFF to anybody because their customer service is horrible. Yeah, Maddie said he sent them the same email 5 times, hasn't gotten a response. Yeah, man, it drives me crazy, guys. Because so here's the thing. I try to show you guys here. On MFF. Oh, here, there's possibly a variation right here, guys. Sorry, I'm all talking a few. See if there's a variation right here that we can take. But yeah, like what I was saying with MFF, guys, I mean, the customer service is horrible. I mean, it sucks because you expect them to want to help people, especially if you're making money for them. But yeah, they take forever to respond. And their FAQ kind of confusing too. Anyways, there's probably a version 1 here, guys. I might wait for this as well, like we did earlier. I don't know if I should take it right away or if I should just wait. I'm probably gonna wait a little bit, or if it doesn't. So if this, I'll see where it closes. If it's too low, then I'll wait for it to retrace up a little bit. If not, I'll just enter right away. So I'm just gonna enter it. I should wait a little bit, but whatever. So I'm in it already. We have a pending sell coming too, so see where it goes from there. Probably should just wait a little bit to get a discount, but it's okay. I'm already in the position. All right, I got my alert set right there. I'm pretty much just watching it now. Ah, man, my freaking spread sucks. I'm gonna have to move my stop loss a little higher, just a little bit, but hopefully not. Anyways, we'll see what happens here. Yeah, this looks like the spread on FCMO is kind of high right now. Watching it real quick, see where it's at. My spread, I got kicked out of the trade, guys. Unfortunately, hit my stop loss. So, guys, the market is moving kind of crazy right now. I think I'm going to be a little more careful with these trades here. I probably should have waited and not enter right away. It's okay. It hit stop loss. Shit happens. But yeah, my spread was super tight, so it actually hit it before it even got to that point. So I'm going to be a bit careful now, guys. I know we had a couple wins over here, which were nice, but I'm going to be more cautious with my trades because the market is moving kind of crazy right now. So it's all good. I mean, it happens. I'm going to wait for it to push up because the thing is it's dropped too heavy right here, guys. It'll push up a bit and then we'll look for some more sells as price comes back down. But this was anticipated because when price drops this low and it consolidates a bit, you know, the odds of it pushing to the upside for recovery is likely. So what might happen is price might come up to, I don't know if it'll come up that high, but it might come up to this point here, which was the opening price. This is opening price right here. And then what could happen is price can bounce off here or it can continue pushing up higher. And then if that becomes the case, then I think from 9 to 10, we'll see some consolidation within this area, some more consolidation within this area. And then the mid-market reversal will drop it right back down. So this is, and hopefully you guys did not over leverage off that. I know I keep reminding you guys not to over leverage on these trades, guys. That's why the losses don't really affect me because we've had so many wins this entire, you know, this entire, not even just this year, but all last year. I should have been a bit more careful with that one because we probably should have saw this coming with, you know, this big drop right here. It's going to probably have to retrace back to the upside. But yeah, guys, make sure that you guys are always using proper risk management. You're not over leveraging, using proper lot sizing, because the thing is, if you have one loss and you have like 10 wins, it's not really going to affect you too much. Yeah, unfortunately, I think I lost all my profits from this morning so far. Let's see. So I had about, yeah, I lost close to my profits from this morning, which is okay. Because right here, all right, let me see. Yeah, because basically like for these trades over here, I made close to like 3,000. I lost about 3 something off that. Yeah, we'll just wait for the next one. But guys, be careful with your trades now. I think for the time being, we're gonna wait a little bit. Now that we have one loss off off the variations right here. Price might be swinging right back up because the thing is, the fundamentals were down so heavy. They were down like 500 points. So now they're probably going to push up a little bit to basically even out. Looking over here at the stock index is currently, it's still pretty red. But the thing is, Goldman Sachs is starting to, it's starting to go back to normal. So it was down like 35 points. Now it's down like 29 points. This was the main stock that was holding it down. But yeah, we'll keep watching it. Currently right now, the average is 475. The price is starting to drop again right here. But I'm not going to look for any trades right now, guys. I'm going to wait for it to come right back down. So currently at the moment, I'm not looking to hop into any trades at all, whether it be buys or sells, because I'm going to wait for it to actually choose a clear direction. Because even this right here, price might be coming down. I mean, this is pretty much what we were just discussing earlier, right? So if you guys remember earlier, I mentioned that price is probably going to come back up and then it's going to come back down. So unfortunately, we got caught up in that push to the upside right here. And then now it's coming back down. So it's pretty much what we just talked about earlier this morning, like when Rick asked about the fake out to the upside and then a drop back down. This is pretty much going to help increase the retail sentiment. I don't know if this has increased yet. It's actually increased a lot. It's up 56%. Charlie's still holding on to it. I think it'll come back down eventually, Charlie. Yeah, it looks like it's about to come down right here, actually. So, I mean, Charlie held on to it. Charlie held on to it for a while. But yeah, it looks like it's going to come back down right here. So Charlie held on to it for like, yeah. Yeah, Charlie held on to it for a while, like way up here, but it's coming right back down. Nice. So Charlie closed out in profit. Nice work, Charlie. I wouldn't recommend anyone do that because that's too much risk. But yeah, no, I'm glad that Charlie still made profit off it. So Charlie made 390 off it actually. So nice work right there, Charlie, with holding on to it. Tuan actually held on to it too. So yeah, guys, you can see this fake out right here, but it came right back down to profit. So unfortunately, we just got caught in that fake out to the upside. I mean, it is what it is. Shit happens, you know. But if the people that did held on to it, it came right back down to full TP. So yeah, Tuan and Charlie held on to it because they knew it was going to come back down. We knew it was going to come back down too, but we just got caught in a bad trade. So it's all good. I ate the loss. I'm going to make it back this week anyways. It's okay. Volatility should be pretty high this week due to the earnings. And we did expect market to be a bit crazy because it is earnings week. So it is what it is. But nice. Rick said, okay, made back my 3K, Sean. You owe me some class A so. Yeah, no, definitely. All right. So yeah, price came right back down to where we anticipated. You know, it just spiked up for that fake out and then it came right back down. But it's all good. Yeah, Maddie said there was an opposite trade in our during the time of the variation. So unfortunately, we got caught in that. But yeah, let me just give an update here. Let's see, stop loss at variations took straight to TP. I'm just gonna give an update, guys, because I mean, we get people complaining about different things in the group. People complain about me trading during Asia. Some people complain about the trades that we don't post here. So I'm gonna post the losses here to just be completely transparent with you guys here. You know, it's kind of hard to please everybody, but I'll try to do my best to show you guys. All right, so let me just copy these over real quick, and then we'll go over everyone's profits real quick too, which I haven't gone over to yet. Got this right here. That right there. Not right there. Okay, so let me see what I'm missing over here real quick. Should be good. And move the low over here. And then the high right there. Let me update the clean chart as well. This volatility is crazy. I mean, looking at the clean chart right here, I'm just looking at all the wicks right here and, you know, all the movement. Volatility is super crazy this morning. This is why I usually take it kind of easy on days where we have a long weekend or on weeks where we have earnings week, because you'll see a lot of these crazy movements in price. The problem with these movements are that our stop loss is so tight that, you know, each candle here is like at least like a 500 pip move. So if you get caught on the wrong side for like even a split second, you can easily get stopped out. On the good side though, it can easily hit your TP as well. But, you know, it comes with the risk. Anyways, let me see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. Oh yeah, Ken also said it's Trap Tuesday. I totally forgot Trap Tuesday because we didn't have a trade. We didn't have a session on Monday. So today's actually a really risky day because it was a long holiday. It's earnings week and it's Trap Tuesday. And I didn't realize that there was so much going on today. There's no variation off that, Ken. There has to be no wick on the bottom right here. There'd either have to be a double wick rejection or no wick right here. So no variation off that. Rick said, I noticed on the variation stop loss should be right above the previous wick. It will go into heavy drawdown every time it passes it. Yeah, no, I noticed that too, Rick. So we're still trying to figure out what the stop loss should be, but you know, you're right. The only problem is that sometimes the previous wick is too close. So if the wick is too close, you know, you got to cover spread too. So it becomes an issue if we put it right there. Because sometimes the wick will be like right next to it. Like for example, see if I can find one here. I can't see one right here, but sometimes a wick will be like right next to the entry point, and you got to cover the spread. So that's why you got to have it spread out a little bit. Here, let's see. Rick said I'm up 3,900. I don't think my nerves can take any more today. No, I agree. Me too. Cato said that version 1 has ruined me. Cato, you got to make sure to use proper risk for all your trades, Cato, because it should have not affected you too much. It seems like you might have over leveraged off that like heavily, because it didn't even, I mean, it barely affected me at all. It seems like it didn't really affect anyone else here either. So guys, just, you know, always remember to use proper risk. You guys can't be over leveraging, maxing out your account every single trade. If you do that, you're just like one trade away from blowing your account. So you guys always got to be smart about your trades. You guys can't be taking dumb trades, and you guys can't be over leveraging your account just because our win rate's so high, right? You can be picking the one unlucky trade and that could hit your stop loss, and that can really hurt your account. So you guys have to be very careful with the trades that you guys decide to take, and with the lot sizes that you guys decide to take as well. BLA is asking, hey Sean, with the stop loss on MFF, honestly, I don't know, because I don't trade MFF on my any of my accounts. They're just on my copier, so I can't really answer that question. Maybe someone else here can answer your question. So if anyone knows what the TP stop loss for MFF would be on the DOM, if you guys can confirm it, Blah's asking right here, but I'm not sure what it would be because I don't trade my MFF as my main account. I only use FTMO. Here, let's see. Charlie's asking if it breaks below, would I take it? So I would only take it if it provides, if it's a triple confluence. So this right here, I know would be a high-low entry, but it wouldn't be a triple confluence, so I wouldn't take it personally. I know some people are okay with taking like the single strategies on their own, but I don't think today is the day to be taking those risks. Like I mentioned earlier, guys, it is Trap Tuesday. It is market open from a 4-day weekend, holiday weekend at that. And it is earnings week, so I'd be careful. But yeah, I wouldn't take any trades myself unless they fit the triple confluence. I'm not looking for any pivot entries, even though the pivot entries are hitting. So you can see there's a pivot entry right here that hit full TP, another pivot entry right here that hit full TP. There's like all these pivot entries here that are hitting full TP. So I'm not saying that it's not working. It's just that I find it to be really risky. That's why I wouldn't take it myself. Other than that, G's asking about a 10-minute snipe. Let's see. G, where do you see a 10-minute snipe? Because there's no zones around. There's no zones that are anywhere nearby, like at all. So I'm not sure where you saw the snipe at, but there's no 10-minute snipe anywhere nearby. The closest zone is going to be way up here, and that is like 3,000 pips away. So no snipes right now that are available at the moment. I'm not sure if you see something different. So if you see something different, maybe you can let us know, but there's no zones around that area at the moment. Back to the 1 minute, nothing there. Scroll down a little lower. All right, G's asking green pivot. So that wouldn't be a snipe, G. You have to use the requirements here. One of the main requirements is the wick rejection off the zone. The closest zone is like way up here, so there'd be no snipe available. There's no strategy that requires just the pivot rejection. You need the rejection off the zone as well. That's what makes it a snipe. Scroll down a little bit. Yeah, Talanji said we should all be able to lose at least 3 trades in a row and survive. Exactly, Talanji, 100%. If you guys are using proper risk, it's impossible for you guys to really hurt your account if you just have one loss. Like Talanji said, you have to lose 3 in a row, like literally 3 in a row back to back, and that never happens, right? Usually if I have one loss, I usually just call it a day. Like today, if I don't see anything good, then I'm probably not going to take anything else, but it has to be a really good trade. It can't be something risky like we took earlier. I would consider this risky because price was consolidating within that area. Generally, we don't want to trade in an area of consolidation. So for the most part, that was another risk that I took. It was my bad because, price was right here. And going back to that entry right here, price was clearly consolidating within this area right here, right? Like it's pretty clear consolidation right here. So there was a couple red flags there, why we shouldn't have taken that sell. Unfortunately, I took ways, but it's okay because, we understand the risk with these trades here. And the thing is, we know that we're going to bounce back from the trade, so it shouldn't really be a big deal to anybody. As long as you guys are continuing to use proper risk with every entry that you guys use. Other than that, let's see if there's anything else here I'm missing. Nice. So yeah, Charlie said, see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to run with my 3K profit. No, smart move, Charlie. Probably should do that. I probably should have did that earlier too. Thanks, Maddie, for confirming that BLA. Thanks, Patricia, too. All right, G said, never mind, it was on a higher time frame. Rick said, my next trade today needs to be a 15 confluences. Yeah, exactly. Like Rick said, Rick's joking around, but I would be serious about that as well. Like Rick mentioned, his next trade needs to have a bunch of confluences. I would agree with that because today's a really risky day to trade. There's a lot of red flags that I didn't really take into consideration. The fact that it was Tuesday, the fact that we're coming back from a holiday weekend, and the fact that it's earnings season. Another bigger red flag is the fact that it pushed down so far. When it pushed down so far like this, like you have to measure it. So if you measure the drop from opening price right here, it dropped already 2,000 pips. So when price drops that low, it's going to have to retrace up a little bit, right? You can't keep dropping forever. So the entry we took right here, I should have been smarter about that because we took this for a sell, but price was already down like 2,000 pips. So I probably should have waited for it to pull back a bit further before dropping down lower. But we did. So it's okay. You learn from your mistakes. But yeah, other than that, let me see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. Let's see. Yeah, no, exactly, Rick. Rick said it rarely goes beyond 240 points, which is 2,400 pips before reversing back. No, yeah, and that was something that we missed out on, right? It doesn't matter how long you've been trading. I've been trading for years and I still miss those things. We're just not 100% today. It's like, I feel like we're just too overly confident because we haven't lost many trades at all, like for the past year, that we're just taking risky trades now. So this is why I need to go back to trading the way I've been trading for the past couple months, because that's what got us to where we are now. There was just a lot of mistakes that were made today. But it is what it is. We've just been too confident with these trades here. We need to go back to what got us to this like crazy high win rate and continue to really analyze these trades before taking them. Let's see if there's anything else here. I think sentiment is now going up. Sentiment it's still at 56%, so it hasn't really moved too much at all. But yeah, guys, let's take it a bit slower. And before we take any trades, we got to fully analyze it. We can't just take every variation that we see here. Because the thing is that there's a lot of mistakes here that could have been avoided. There were good mistakes and there were bad mistakes. There were some mistakes that we took, like I took that breakout earlier this morning and I still won the trade, even though that was a big mistake. I should have never FOMO'd into that trade. And then just a couple other moves here. But anyways, check out my messages real quick. All right. All right, so back to the charts over here. Nothing really to take at the moment. There's a high that's being or pending right here. The price just got into a bigger range, so things. I'll just move this over right here. And yeah, price is pretty much just ranging within this area right here. Not really much else to look at the moment. All right, here we go. As price comes right back down. But even if price comes down like this, there's not really much that's going to, I mean, it's not giving us an entry, obviously. There's no variation off that. There's a wick on top right here. So no variation version 2 off this trade over here. But yeah, price is pretty much just ranging within this area. It's 7:31 right now, so we're about 29 minutes away from 8. Once it hits 8, usually from that period, I usually stop trading. It consolidates a bit from like 8 to 9, consolidates from 9 to 10. And then from 10 to, here, let me just see what I think will probably happen here. What I think will probably happen here is price may continue to consolidate, maybe in this wide range, or it might push up a little higher. Consolidate a bit. Consolidate even further. And then probably come right back down for that mid-market reversal. Yeah, I mean, this is probably what we might see happening for the day today. But yeah, I'd be careful with taking any more sells. The thing is, everything's pointing towards a sell right now, but the problem with this is that it's been dropping so heavily. Here's their fundamentals again. It's currently down 532 points. It can't stay below here forever. This is probably going to have to recover slightly. So I do think it'll push up. So if you guys are looking for trades here, I'd be very careful taking sells, even though sells are the clear bias here. The problem with you taking sells at the moment is the fact that it's going to have to recover a little bit. It's still down here. It's been down within this area for a while now. So price is probably going to push up slightly. As it pushes up, this number here for retail sentiment is going to increase. It's at 56%. But as it pushes up higher, more people will enter some buys because they're going to be tricked into thinking that price is going to recover back up. I don't see anything here really pointing that price has any reason to come back up completely. Looking at the stock index right here, they're all pretty much all red, right? The Dow is down 513 points, S&P is down 63 points, Nasdaq's down 205 points. I don't see it recovering anytime soon, especially with earnings. Oh, this is pro. So I'm not sure which earnings are being released. I don't know if anyone has that list of the earnings, but let me just go and look over at everyone's profits over here so far. So scrolling up real quick, for the day, we have quite a bit of profits here. We have Twan over here locked in 4,385. Nice for Twan. We have Wesley over here passes FTMO. Big congrats to Wesley for passing it. Nice. He said, I passed first stage of FTMO challenge on Friday after the live session. Thanks for the motivation, K2 fam. And shout out to Sam K, who he trades together with. Nice work, Wesley. So Wesley here passes FTMO. Another big congrats to another member here in K2 passing their FTMO. Twan again over here, locked in 5,750. Let me go back to the charts in case there's anything coming in over here. Nothing really, but let me just keep scrolling down lower. So yeah, Twan locked in 5,750. Nice work, Twan. Jeremy over here locked in 970. Great work, Jeremy. Steven over here locked in a total of 2,102. Nice work, Steven. All wins, no losses for Steven there. Vincent locked in a total of 439. Great work, Vincent over here. All wins, no losses as well. Let's see, Matthew over here locked in a total of 172. Nice work, Matthew. Steven again right here locked in 6,098. Great work, Steven, off that account. Twan again right here on his other account locked in 1,714. Here's Charlie right here locked in a total of 3,023. So Charlie locked that in and he just bounced for the day. So great profits right there amongst everyone. If you guys have more profits to send in, just send them in and I'll add them to the list. Rick over here too. Rick locked in a total of 3,330. Nice work, Rick. Rick posted this video. I'll watch it later. Said it's morning warm up before the market starts moving. Nice, nice. And Rick here. So Rick had that loss there earlier, but he bounced right back. So guys, look, this is an example of using proper risk, right? Rick isn't over here over leveraging. Well, he kind of did over leverage off that right there, but he didn't he made it right back because he just continued to bounce back with these trades here. But as you guys can see, Rick bounced back. He had a couple wins here, but even if he didn't have these wins here, if he was using the same lot size for every trade, right? So if we just ignore all of these trades up here, all of his previous wins, he lost about 2,900 off that variation earlier, right? He made it right back with these trades right here. It took about 2 trades for him to recover, if not 3. So what I want to point out right here, guys, is that if you guys use proper risk, you guys can easily recover from it. You know, it should not kill your account if you end up taking a loss, right? If you guys use proper risk, you should be able to bounce back, no problem. So nice work right there, Rick. I'm glad to see that you recovered from that earlier. Right here, guys, like Maddie said, this is a BS market, high-low maybe. Yeah, possibly off this, possibly a triple confluence if it closes below, but it doesn't look like it's going to. Let's see any other profits right here. Twan currently up 6,148. Nice work, Twan. Rock over here. Thanks, Rock, for the earnings. So yeah, Goldman Sachs was today. I think that was the only one that had earnings today. Tomorrow, United. I don't know if P&G is still in. Here, let me see. I could probably just download this. Probably easier. Yeah, thanks, Rock, for that. So no entry off that right there. And as you guys can see, price is starting to get tighter. This range here is just getting tighter and tighter. So let me just show you guys real quick. Let me delete all these markups here. And I'll just draw these zones right here. So as you guys can see, the range is getting tighter and tighter. This is the big range. This was a medium range, and now it's getting tighter and tighter. So price is squeezing. With price squeezing like this, it's preparing for a breakout. So you guys want to be very careful if you're looking to take any trades at this moment, because price can easily break out to the upside, or it can break out to the downside. No telling exactly where it'll go, but it will break out in one way or the other. Okay, so back to what I was looking at over here. The earnings. Okay, so I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's go to the stock list real quick. Bank of America is no longer in the Dow. Morgan Stanley. No, Morgan Stanley's not there. So P&G is here. So P&G has earnings tomorrow. That's going to affect the market, guys. So it's one of the bigger companies right here, Procter & Gamble. Their earnings are going to come out tomorrow. I'm assuming their earnings might be negative, just like Goldman Sachs. But I mean, who knows? You know, we really don't know. I think that's it for this week. Yeah, the only earnings we have, so we don't really have to worry about this too much. The earnings for tomorrow are just going to be P&G. Oh, United Health Group. Okay, so we got two companies actually. We have United Health Group and P&G. So this stock right here and United Health Group, both earnings tomorrow. So that'll probably tank price even further if it's, you know, if it's negative again. Other than that, we have a couple next week. We have IBM's night. Oh, IBM is here. So IBM's going to be here. We have their earnings on Monday. I think that's it for those. We have Microsoft on Tuesday next week. So I'm going to keep this list here so that we can make sure that there's stuff, you know, not affecting our trades. But tomorrow we have P&G and United Health. So that's going to affect the market. It's good to know. So thanks, Rock, for sending that out to us. Oh gosh, yeah. So Hugo said there are 78 companies releasing earnings today, but most don't matter to US 30. Good to know, Hugo. Yeah, definitely. All right, so let's see if there's anything else going on over here. Not really much. Still sideways movement. Possible variation right here, but I personally wouldn't take it. Yeah, well, there was no variation there because there's no double wick rejection. So no variation off that. But price is getting really tight right now. As you can see, no real movement right here. It's kind of just going sideways. See what else we got. So John over here sent his profit as well. John said, I took a couple big losses, but he recovered. So John over here made some pretty solid profit right here. So he locked in a total of 12,385 for the day. He had a couple wins right here, one loss, another win right here, another loss, but he made it right back. So great work right there, John, and proper recovery. So as you can see, John's lot sizes here don't change very much. Looks like he took a bigger move right here, so he took a half lot. but everything else here, he took a 10 lot. So pretty solid profits right there, John. And I'm glad to see that you made some pretty good profit and recovery off those moves there. Ken over here too. Damn, yeah. So Ken is actually applying the variation on the NASDAQ. Nice. Yeah, some people here apply it on the NASDAQ too. I think Paul does, or there's a couple people here actually that do. And it works out pretty nicely for them. So great work right there, Ken. I know you had a small loss, but yeah, it looks like you might have over leveraged a little bit on that, Ken. You took a 150. What I would recommend, guys, if you guys are taking certain trades, make sure to use linear lot sizes, right? Don't go from like a 2 lot to a 5 lot to a 10 lot. If you want to take 1 minute trades, use the same lot size for all 1 minute trades. Because if you keep changing them, your profit and risk is going to vary. And so, for example, right here, Ken, if you took a 1 lot here or even a 0.8 lot here, your loss would have been a lot smaller and you probably would have been in profit. But just something to keep in mind moving forward. Zildjian over here locked in a total of 489. Nice work, bro. I think you're on your variation right now, on your verification. So on your way up to your funded account soon. Other than that, let's see. Sorry, Wes, I just saw your message right now. I'll respond to you guys later. I don't want to look at any of the personal messages right now on this. Dell over here locked in a total of 642 for the day. Nice work, Dell. And Maddie over here. Yeah, no, he took a loss right there. And Maddie over here down for the week, but up for the month. So it's all good. It happens. Make it back tomorrow. Yeah, no, exactly, Maddie. Maddie said share my wins, so I'm gonna share my losses, definitely. And it's just everyone being transparent, right? That's the only way that you guys can keep in check. Because what happens is if you guys only post wins and don't post losses, then you're not going to stay in check with, with your progress. And it goes into a downward spiral because a lot of people start to revenge trade because they want to make it all right back. So yeah, no, it takes a lot to be able to do that because some people just would never do that. Or some people would just disappear. I think that's the worst when people just, instead of like facing their problems with trading, they just disappear and then stop trading and then come back like a month later without confronting their issue. And then they just go back through the same process. So guys, just keep in mind, don't fall into that cycle, right? Where you guys don't fall into the cycle where you guys revenge trade and don't confront the problem. Like if you guys know revenge trading is your problem, you guys got to confront it so you guys don't make that mistake in the future. It's a real problem for a lot of people. Revenge trading, becomes gambling at that point, like an addiction. Like it's okay to revenge trade if you guys know that you're revenge trading, but if you guys are revenge trading and acting like it didn't happen, that's where it becomes a problem because you guys will never learn from it and you'll just keep doing the same thing that you were doing prior. Oops. So Longy said 10 minute daily might be setting up. Even if we got a daily right there, Talanji, I probably wouldn't take it for a buy. Or maybe I would. Let me see how far is it from opening price. I mean, I'm probably not going to take it myself personally, but let me just see how far is it. It's about 1,300 pips. So, I mean, it could be doable. Or if anyone wants to take the daily, it'd be really smart to move your stop loss in profit. Because like I mentioned before, price is probably going to keep pushing up slightly over here. And then the mid-mark reversal here around 10. This is where I'll come down. So, it just makes it a bit risky to take something against, because I wouldn't want to go against the retail sentiment. Oh yeah, like what Talanji said, I hate when sentiment is long. It gets so risky, yeah, because the majority of people want to trade US 30 long, they want to buy it. So when it's long, it's kind of hard to take buys because you don't want to trade against retail. You don't want to trade with retail sentiment, but you also don't want to take sells because it's a bit risky as well. Let's see. Oh, gotcha, Ken. Yeah, there was probably so Maddie was hinting that there was probably going to be a triple confluence right here. It didn't close below it, so unfortunately, no triple confluence off that. It actually bounced right off it, and then this candle right here just invalidated both of these lows. Here, let me scroll up real quick, see what else I'm missing. Jay's asking, is one-click trading supposed to bring up a second window? I thought I was supposed to enter the trade as soon as you hit it. Sorry, it's my first time trading on PC. It's supposed to enter it right away, Jay. You got to make sure that one-click trading is actually on. I know some people have that issue because the thing is, if you have it on your box, you still have to enable it. So you have to take like one trade. Once you take one trade on that first trade, it'll ask you if you want to enable it. You can't enable it until you take a first trade. So I'm not sure if you've taken a trade yet, Jay, but the one-click trading, once you take the first trade, when that pop-up comes up, it'll ask you if you agree with one-click trading. If you do agree with it, then it'll start doing one-click trading. So I'm not sure if you've done that yet. If it still doesn't fix it, you might want to reinstall MT4 because that's what fixed it for me when I had the issue in the past. Let me just move this over. All right, solid. There's a variation right there, but I'm not looking to take any buys. Question from Clementine. Clementine's asking, hello, everyone. Anyone trading with Forex.com? I can't trade US 30 with this broker. Yeah, you can't trade it with Forex.com, Clementine. They don't allow US 30 on that broker. It's a Forex broker, so they only really allow Forex. US 30 is an indice. They do allow certain countries to use it, or I don't know if Forex.com does, but I know like Owanda, they allow like I think traders from Canada to use it, or if you're like in a different country that allows it. But if you're in the US, you can't trade it on Forex.com or Owanda. You have to use a different broker. Let's see what else I'm missing over here. Solange said FOMO.com. Henry's asking, so that is that a double wick rejection for a 1 minute variation? It is, but we're not looking to take that right there, Henry, because we're looking for sells. The bias here is for a sell. It's 53% long for retail sentiment, and fundamentals here are 540 points in the red. But yes, if you're just looking for a variation entry, this would be a variation. I know it disappeared, but there was a low there. So this would technically be an original variation entry, but we wouldn't be taking it because we're looking for sells here. We're not looking for any buys. All right. Still nothing available right now, guys. It's 7:51 right now. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop your questions in the chat. I'm able to answer whatever questions you guys have at the moment. Toby, I'm not sure if you're still in here. If you're still in here and you still want me to go over the min-mark reversal. Actually, you're not here. I just checked the member chat. So you're not even here right now. But yeah, guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop your questions in the chat. It's 7:51, so market's going to, I plan on getting out of the market shortly by 8. And that's pretty much going to be it for me for this session. I don't think I'm going to continue trading for this session, guys. The market isn't really moving smoothly. It's now just going sideways this entire time. So as you guys can see, here's the clean chart. Actually, this is not even there anymore, so I'll take this off. Take this off right there. Yeah, if you guys can see, there really isn't much for us to take at the moment. Price is pretty much just ranging back and forth within this area right here. Price is probably going to continue ranging within here as well. If price just continues to range right here without pushing to the upside, then for the mid-market reversal right here, guys, it might push up instead of down. Right, this might continue to push up for recovery, and then tomorrow it'll come right back down. Vice versa, if price ends up pushing up and consolidates along this side, then we can probably anticipate this to go the opposite way downwards, right? So, you know, Toby had a question earlier regarding the mid-market reversal. The mid-market reversal is pretty much, it's pretty much what it's called, right? Mid-market reversal, because mid-market right here is 10 o'clock. It's just a reversal where price is going. If price is going up, it reverses to the downside. If price is going down, it reverses to the upside. So yeah, not really much confusion with regard to that, you know, that theory or that type of strategy, but it's not necessarily going to be standalone. Like, I don't recommend anyone just take a long position every day or a sell position every day just because you think a mid-market reversal is coming. I've been trying to do that myself, but it hasn't really been working for me. I got to figure out a different type of catalyst to enter those types of trades. But other than that, there's not really much here to look at. The low right there, pending high right here. And as you guys can see, price isn't really doing much. Here on the cleaner charts, easier to see. Low right there and a high right there, but it's not really doing too much. Let's see. Kenny said, Sean, are you still going to start a funding company like FTMO? Probably not, Kenny. You know, I realized over time, I started the idea and I tried to research into it and start my own, but it's a lot of work and I'm not trying to do any more work than I need to. I'd rather focus on just trading rather than starting an actual funding company. You know, like one thing that I realized last year, is to just remember to enjoy life. Like, yeah, if I want to be a billionaire or something, then maybe I would start a company like that. But, you know, I like how my life works now. I don't really work very much. I just trade with you guys here in the morning. I trade my own account from like 6:30 to 8. And then I pretty much go on with my day and I do whatever I want. If I was to start another company like that, it would take so much time out of my day. My goal actually now is to buy real estate. So with all my profits here that I do with trading, I'm probably going to buy some investment properties so that I can have more passive income where I don't really have to do much. You know, if I start a company like a funding company, it's going to take a lot of time and a lot of work. So, you know, I think my trading journey is probably going to stop with me just trading. I mean, you can still be a billionaire from trading too. But yeah, I had a lot of big plans for K2 with starting a funding company, starting a prop trading firm within K2. But one thing that I started to realize is that it's, you know, it's only as good as you make it. And like doing stuff like that is really hard. It's hard to find people that are really good. One downside that I saw with like those companies are that, so there's a small margin of error that you can run into if you have a funding company like that. What I started to realize is FTMO actually takes on a lot of risk, because what happens is, say if you get funded with FTMO and they pay you back your refund on your first payout, right? So just say this for an example. I'll try to type it up right here. So here's the FTMO, or we'll just say funding company risk. Like what could happen here is person passes, first payout plus refund, right? And then say this is only like $1 payout, right? Because they could pay out just $1, like $1 if they needed to, $1 payout. Say the next month they fail, like horribly, like fail funded account horribly, and they lose a negative max, like the max loss on a, say a 20K account, right? This is where I was like, damn, it's actually a risky business. A lot of people think that FTMO is making a ton of bank off this. They are probably making a lot of money off it, but there's like one type of trader that you wouldn't want to have in your funding company. So say you're on a 200K account, right? Say the person passes, they get their first payout. They only make $1 plus the refund. So at this point, FTMO now takes all the risk, because if they lose 20K, they lose the funded account on the next month. They literally lost 20K for like someone that's on a 200K account. So like, kind of did the math, and I'm like, damn, if I have like one person, if I start a company like this, and like this happens to pretty much catch, X amount of people, because there's going to be people like this, and I'm sure this has happened to some people too, where you pass FTMO, you get your first payout, and then you fail the next month. And that's a pretty big payout. Like say if there's like 100 people, that's like that's 200K right there, right? So it's a big risk. Kenny said a company like FTMO probably has a fail safe somewhere. Well, yeah, they probably have a lot of in the beginning, in the beginning, FTMO had a lot of people, and they would make a lot of money off both the challenges and off people's trades. But companies, this is how funding talent got bankrupt, guys. The thing with funding talent was that they weren't copying the trades. So they had all these people money, and then there was these people like this right here who would get a first payout, and then they would fail the next month, and then they would owe those people, they'd have to pay off those losses, right? So just being smart about things and thinking things out logically, I think running a funding company is actually pretty risky, especially just starting out if you don't have a lot of capital. So a funding company is definitely not something that I would want to start. I would more so be inclined to start an actual prop trading company where I can teach people to be master traders, just like how I trade every day. And pretty much like the best traders here in K2, and then just fund them out of my own personal funds versus me funding a bunch of people who are just okay at trading. That's where it becomes risky. So yeah, guys, it's 8 o'clock. If you guys have any other questions, I think that's it for the session. Here, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing here. Talanji said, do you think it is possible to tell where a valid version 1 may fail due to a new swing being made right after? Not necessarily, Talanji, because sometimes you'll get a variation 1, it'll pull back really close to your stop loss, and then it'll go straight to TP. So, I mean, there's ways to identify it, but there's not one way. One way that Maddie and a couple other people have started to notice is one way to identify if a variation is going to be bad is if another variation comes in the opposite direction. So say, for example, you're in a variation for a buy, and then you're in drawdown, and you see a variation for a sell that happens after it. Odds are it's probably going to keep pushing in that direction because it's going to continue with that variation, and it'll stop you out. So that's one way to look at it. Another way that I've seen other people do it is they'll go on the higher time frames, and they'll see where price is bouncing off. So say, for example, you're in a variation for a buy, right? And then you see price bouncing off a pivot. And I'm just giving you guys different examples that other people use. I don't personally use it myself because I'm like, whenever I take a trade, I usually analyze it pretty completely to make sure that there's no chance of it hitting stop loss. So one way that people do is they'll go on the higher time frame, see if it's bouncing off a pivot. That's going to be a red flag for them. Another thing that people like to do is they'll check to see if it's bouncing off a zone on a higher time frame. That's another way to do it. And there's a lot of different ways to do it, Talanji. So what I would recommend is just, figure out what works when you're identifying things, and then possibly use that to your advantage. So there's probably a variation 2 right here. Thanks, Vince, for bringing it up. I'm still not really comfortable taking any trades at the moment, so I'm probably not going to take this, but I will mark it up for you guys here for whoever does want to take it. I just don't think it's like done like fucking around, you know. It's kind of just, it's bouncing around this area too much. Yeah, the market is weird, just like what Maddie said. The market's moving really weird right now, so I'm not really looking to take it. And it's also 8 o'clock, so I don't take any trades after 8 usually. So I'm not going to take this trade here. I mean, if whoever wants to take it, I mean, you're more than free to take it, but I'm not looking to take it myself. And it looks like it's going to hit TP right there, which is all good. Yeah, it's past 8, like Maddie said. And there you go. Would hit TP. But yeah, Vince, that was a good catch that you identified there. The problem with this right here, damn, see, this would have been risky, Maddie, because it would have hit TP and then it shot right back up. So I'm glad I didn't take this trade, because the problem with this here is that the spread is kind of wide. So even if I was to take the trade here, you could have maybe gone out at TP, or you could have maybe been stuck in this trade right now. So looks like I'm done for the day. Price is probably going to consolidate for a bit right here from like 8 to 9. It'll probably consolidate even further from 9 to 8. I mean 9 to 10. And then the mid-mark reversal will probably happen right here around 10 o'clock, whether it goes up or whether it goes down. So yeah, Vince, if you caught that trade right there, I hope you got out already in profit, because it did hit TP. But if your spread's too wide, you might be getting caught in the trade into some drawdown. So yeah, guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, we will regroup tomorrow. So see you guys then. And if you guys have questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I would recommend to just sit out the market and just wait for tomorrow. Because the thing is, market's probably gonna keep moving weird today. I'm personally gonna sit out the market. So that's just my advice to you guys. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and we'll pick back on our session on Wednesday. So see you guys and have a great rest of your morning.